My name is O'Kendrick Reed, and I am the founder and creator of CurricuPro. CurricuPro is a all-in-one teaching platform. Um, Basically, I made CurricuPro because I was tired of being burnt out and stressed out, and I watched my fellow teachers be burnt out and stressed out. I'm talking about these people have given their lives to education, and I didn't want to see them burnt out. So I made this app not only for myself but for my fellow teachers. So it's made by a teacher for teachers. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna get into the lessons. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about making the lesson plans. They're pretty easy to make. They're straightforward. Okay, so in academics, you can make one particular lesson. You make one lesson at a time, and they're all state standard. They all meet state standards, and they also have other features such as facilitation and rigor, but we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so the next one is unit plans. You can make multiple lessons that fit together to make a whole unit. You can make those 10 times faster than you normally would with traditional lesson planning. Okay, in the pacing plan. Okay, so in the pacing plan, it goes by your state and your district. So this is your district's pacing plan, and it identifies what lessons are in that pacing plan and where they are according to the date. This is a very good feature. I like it myself. I use it all the time. The IEP 504, those are specifically designed for students to meet their IEP goals or their 504 goals with their modification and accommodation. There is an accommodation tracker on this for not only special education teachers, but also general education teachers who have special education students in their classrooms. So this is a good thing that you can make the lessons. And all these lessons come with differentiation. It goes both high and students that are not meeting grade level. So it's already built in there. Okay, so your reteach. Your reteach allows you to take a lesson that maybe your kids or maybe your students didn't catch on to and reteach it and bring it into your current curriculum. So it builds on that. It'll take it into your current curriculum instead of having to go back and reteach. Okay, so your social emotion learning lessons. I use these a lot. Basically it's a lesson built for social emotional learning. You could do those in the morning with your morning meeting or however you want to do it, but they're there. Okay, my templates. Okay, so in my templates, you already have lesson plans and templates of lesson plans in there built in, and you can modify and change those and make those into your own. Okay, so the next one is real world. Now you can use your regular lessons and apply real world concepts into your lessons by hitting that tab real world, and it bring real world concepts into there. Also, you could just hit it itself and make lessons for real world applications of the lessons that you have already taught, so it coincides, it all works together. But I am going to pick pace and plan because I am working on lessons. I'm working on the final part of my lessons for my classroom. So I hit pace and plan. I choose my subject, which my subject now is going to be social studies. I choose 4th grade. I choose the state that I am in, and I am in the great state of Texas. This goes from Alabama to Wyoming, and it has all the state standards in here in one place. So I'm gonna hit Texas. Okay, now while my district loads up, I am gonna do the date that I want to do. So 08 03, 2026, which is the beginning of the school. So I had to go back and pick my state again because I didn't pick it. Okay, Texas. It's going to load up my district. I'm going to pick my district when it loads. Okay. And once it loads, I can generate 3 months of pacing plans. I can generate 3 months of pacing plans. I can generate, that's basically what, 12 lessons? 12 lessons. I can generate 3 months. So I'm going to go to my school district, which is the Great San Antonio Independent School District. I am going to pick that. And I am going to generate my lesson plans. So while this is generating, I want to talk about some other things that's in there. I want to go down to classroom. You have the engagement hub. Basically, you can do live lessons, and your students enter in the code, and they go to those questions and they answer those questions, and they come back. It's basically sort of like a book it almost. Okay, so you have a whiteboard. Just in case you don't have a whiteboard, you have a whiteboard there. You also have manipulatives in there. You have a seating chart. I like the seating chart. And you also have attendance. It's not necessarily taking attendance, it's reminding you to take attendance. I'm real bad with that. I forget to take attendance. So I said in there, it's a reminder so that you could take attendance. So you can take roll call, so you know what student is there, and you don't have to guess at the end of the day saying, oh, I wonder if this student was here or not. It's already here, the attendance reminder. You set those, the screen blacks out and reminds you that you have attendance to do. And it also does a chime or alarm, whichever one you want to pick. Okay, now that my lessons are done, I'm going to go back up to my lessons. Okay, now that my lessons are done and generated, as you can see, they're according to the pacing chart. Week 1 all the way down to week 12. Week 12. Almost 3 months of lesson plans. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to generate those 12 complete lesson plans. It may be, yes, I think it's 3 months of lesson plans. Okay, so I'm going to generate that. And this feature is only for people that have subscription or have paid for that. You can generate around about 5 lessons for free, but the cost is very low. We'll get into the cost in a minute. So I'm going to generate these lessons. The lesson has been completed. I go back to my lessons. I scroll down, and my lessons are here now. They're here. I did social studies, that's social studies, and it does it by subject. So it separates them by subject. And I have 12 lessons. All of my lessons are ready. So if I wanted to delete it, I could delete it. If I want to edit, I can edit. So I'm going to go into edit right quick. These are complete lesson plans. All the way complete. Okay, so up in edit, I can pick what period I want to do this in. The date is there that I'm doing it. Also, in order to keep track with the pacing plan, I put taught and archive. So if it's already been taught, it's already been taught. That way you can keep up with your pacing plan. And also, if your administrator is hooked into this app, they can see that you are already taught this lesson according to the pacing plan. Okay, so you can put the duration of your lesson, 45 minutes, and it covers everything in there. It covers everything. So I go back to templates, right? Those templates, those are already just there. You can use this template to make your lesson plans. All right, but I go back to the lesson plan, and all my lesson plans is there. I have already did 3 months of each subject that I'm teaching, and they're ready to go. So now we'll talk about pricing. So the price of this app is relatively low. It's $5 per month or $40 for the year. For just one user, for two users, it's $10 a month or $100 per year. That's for 2 years, two users. And for district level, it is $40 per teacher. Per teacher. It's way lower. Way low. Alright. And I did that because I, as an educator, understand that we do not make a lot of money, but this is a tool that is here that will make you better and make your classroom run smoother. And I did not want to be greedy. I wanted to share this with my fellow teachers while being able to maintain the app. It costs money to maintain the app. It costs money to maintain the website. So that's what I'm doing with this. Okay. So with that being said, my name is O'Kendrick Reed. I am the founder and creator of CurricuPro. All right. Y'all have a good school year. I'll see y'all later.